After a 1-year hiatus from woodworking, I'm back in the shop and I made a project and I forgot a lot of lessons that could have saved me a ton of money on this project. So today I'm sharing those lessons with you, as well as some others, on how to save money when doing some projects. Let's jump right into it. With tip number 1, plan ahead and plan completely. I made a plan for a bunk bed and everything looked good, but then I decided to add some 1x6 on the inside of all 4 sides for extra support and to improve the look. I didn't update my SketchUp plan or cut list to reflect that change, so when I started cutting, my math was off. 4 boards ended up the wrong length because I forgot to add the extra 1.5 inches. That mistake alone cost me about $20 in wasted material. A complete, finalized plan will always save money and reduce waste, and $20 can go a long way. That's like 12 cups of tea. Tip number 2, measure twice, maybe 3 times. Ugh. Now this one is embarrassing. It's the most obvious woodworking advice in the world, but apparently I need to hear it again. Those same 4 boards, when I measured, I read 3'2" plus 1.5 inches as 32 inches plus 1.5 inches. So instead of cutting them at 39.5 inches, I cut them all at 33.5 inches. That's another $20 down the drain, and they were smaller than the ones I cut before. So yeah, measure twice, maybe 3 times, and in my case, maybe learn how to read too. Tip number 3, take time selecting wood. Time is money, right? The quicker you pick your wood, the quicker you can build. Unless you grab junk with giant cracks or twists. Unfortunately, I grabbed some of the worst boards my big box store had. If that happens, you can either spend more money replacing it or accept poor quality work. And no good craftsman wants that. So that's what I did. I used the terrible wood I bought because I ain't out here pretending to be good.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
However, still a lesson learned. Spend the extra few minutes to pick good wood. It'll save you time and money in the long run. Tip number 4, salvage old furniture. When I took apart the loft bed that was in the room before, some of the dowels broke, so I needed to replace them before selling it or giving it away. The bunk bed is planned to have a stairs leading up to it and a loft that will be attached to that. However, temporarily I needed a ladder, and a broken loft doesn't need a ladder, so I attached the loft ladder to the bunk bed, saving money, save time, solve the problem. And tip number 5, don't overbuy tools. Now this one's personal. I uncovered my table saw for the first time in a long while, and man, I love that saw. But here's the thing, it cost me about $4,000. Looking back, I could have happily survived with something $3,000 cheaper, especially at my skill level, non-existent. Money saved on tools could go towards more projects or a bigger variety of tools to allow me to make more projects. So before buying a big tool, really ask yourself, how much time will it save? How much quality will it add? Is it truly safer or just shinier? If I were buying a table saw today, I wouldn't buy the one I have.
So that was a lie.
So was it a $4,000 mistake? Maybe, but I still love it anyways. Tip number 6, reuse your scraps. This can be a money saving tip or a money making tip. Reusing your scraps, for me, it's huge because I make a lot of mistakes. These offcuts and mistakes can become profitable little projects. Coasters, they can be jigs, shelves. I've even made a few videos on this before, and I'm sure I'll make more to deal with the ever-growing pile in my shop. What looks like waste can actually make you money. You could call them happy little accidents. And this one's a bonus tip. Tip number 7, don't underbuy tools. Some tools are too cheap. On the flip side of not overbuying, sometimes going too cheap ends up costing more or just waste money on something you're not going to use. Take my Mastercraft bandsaw, for example. It was $99, and while it technically works, it's not good for what I want to use it for. Honestly, I should have brought a decent used one for around $300. That way I'd actually want to use it, and I would have a pleasant time using it instead of planning to give it away or just throw it in the garbage, because I don't think anyone should have it. So don't just look at the price. Read reviews, think about what you really need the tool to do, and whether or not the tool can do it for you. Aim for tools that are worth keeping, like this Jessam dowel jig. I've had it for almost since the beginning, and I use it all the time. Maybe not for the last year, but I use it a lot. And that's all I've got for you today. On screen right now is a bunk bed build that taught me a few of these lessons, or retaught me a few of these lessons, and some small projects that you can make from scraps. If you enjoyed these tips, consider subscribing. It brings me closer to the dream, and I'll keep sharing what I learned along the way. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.